This exercise will work in getting you to never be angry ever again in your life. What's up, YouTube? What's going on? So, pretty bold statement I made in the title and thumbnail, eh? But serious. I won't play games with such a serious matter. But if you never want to get angry, 100% I put 100% you're in the right place. So let's get to it. Okay, first you need to be very serious about this matter. You need to be one that's just tired of getting angry, tired of fussing, tired of nagging. And I want to make a distinguishment that I'm not talking about justified anger, justified frustration. I'm talking about the anger that you regret. Now, a justified anger is something that you don't regret. You had to do what you had to do and you reacted. And so it was all good for that reaction of anger. This is when you get home and you're pissed off and you're taking out on the kids and the wife and all that stuff because driving, road rage and all that stuff, and you're taking things out on other people and you find yourself constantly apologizing. Or you keep working on trying to find ways to not get angry because you get angry here, you get angry there, and you're working so hard on it, but it's not working. And you find yourself constantly trying to work it out and you just can't. So if you're that, then this is gonna clear things up 100% for you. I've been doing what I'm talking about for over 8 years and it's been working for me like a charm. I have some practices for you to put into your life. And so now I'm going to get straight to it. And now the problem with why people continually get angry and they can't fight it off and they're trying all these think positive and that doesn't work, or let it go and that doesn't work. The reason why it doesn't work is because we have something called the reward and punishment system that we all live upon. The reward and punishment system is what, as a child, if you're good, you get the candy. If you do your homework, and as we grow up, the reward and punishment system is the anchor of our entire lives. Whatever you do, your girl, whatever, your boyfriend and all that stuff, when you're good, oh, honey, which is a reward. And when you're not, silent treatment, punishment. So we're constantly rewarding or punishing. That's our lives. We do it everywhere. We do it at the restaurant. The waiter's great, you leave a tip. If she's not, you don't leave a tip, right? If you get the wrong bill, is worse. You never go back there again. And your reaction is punishing. I'll never go back there again. So that's punishment, right? And so now we're clear on that, right? Now, what you want to do is that you want to take out the reward and punishment system 100%. This means that you do not punish anyone whatsoever, nor you want to reward them. Why? Because you want to get rid of getting angry. And so now, I hope you're with me that the root problem is constantly that we live within rewarding someone or punishing someone. And so therefore, positive thinking, that won't work. Oh, don't worry about it. Life's too short. That doesn't work. It doesn't work because if the reward and punishment system is at the base of everything, it'll never work because we are destined and we inherited the reward and punishment system. And so we're just destined to do that. You have to think within the realms of that. I never want to punish nor reward anyone, including your children. What you want to do is you just want to live like what I do to kids is that I go silent and I get really stern, but there's no reward and there's no punishment. I have yet to tell anyone that if you do this, that you'll do this, or that you're good, or that you get this. There's no promises whatsoever. And so now that you've gotten this and you see, well, what this guy is talking about, me not rewarding, me not punishing. Now remember, now you're not going to want to do this because you don't want to get angry anymore. And the reason why you don't want to get angry anymore is because when the reward and punishment system is absent, it's not there, there's nothing to go on. And so now, the best place to practice what I'm talking about is at a restaurant. Because when you're at a restaurant, your impatience gets tested, you get frustrated, and you ultimately get angry at times, right? If they take a long time with your food, or if they bring you the wrong order, or whatever, they get punished. And how do they get punished? They don't get a tip. And so now you want a tip. The idea of this exercise is that you want to change. You want to make a change to your life. Now tip, whether the service is shit or not, you're going to tip. And why? Because you want to stop getting angry, because this is going to spill into your entire life. Relationships, finances, everything is going to spill into everything. And so now you go to a restaurant, no matter what happens, tip. Because you stopped punishing. Now, when you go to the restaurant, you want to sit and feel all those emotions that kick in, because the dining experience will test all your emotions. Oh, you know what? How long is it going to take? The waiter's not so nice. The place is full. And you're expecting treatment. You want to feel those feelings and you want to go, okay, I'm feeling impatient now. And you want to be with those feelings. You want to acknowledge them. And you want to see how they escalate, how they boil. It's been 5 minutes, it's been 10 minutes, it's been 15 minutes. I normally get served at this time. I'm not getting served. Maybe they forgot. You want to see what happens up here in the head. And so that exercise right here gets you to see where you stand between getting pleased and how you like to get pleased. Which is very important, because you don't want to get angry anymore. And most of the anger comes from wanting to be pleased. And so you're not pleased, and so you get angry or you get frustrated, or whatever way you take it out. I'll never go back to the restaurant was my thing. You know, I freaking pissed off and stuff. I've been waiting for so long. And now because they're awful, I'm never going to come back here again. And that was my personal internal punishment, which I never voiced, which is kind of crazy. I just was something that I said, I'll never go back there again, like if they knew. But that's another thing now. I'm not punishing anymore. Not punishing anybody whatsoever, because I don't want to be angry anymore. So this means I'm not punishing myself, nor I'm allowing anybody else to punish me either, including the universe, including God. Everything. The reward and punishment system does not exist. It cannot exist because it's causing me trouble. Why? Because I want to be pleased. And when I'm pleased, I reward. And when I'm not pleased, I punish. And that's not cool. I want to get rid of that. It's out of my life. And now the next thing, great exercise, is when you're taking transportation, you're waiting for the bus or the train or whatever. When you get there, you don't look at the time. You don't look to see if the train is coming. You don't look whatsoever, because that's part of getting rewarded. The train is on time. Oh man, I'm having a great day. The train is late. Oh, this is a terrible day. And we live within that realm. So we're punishing, we're rewarding. The train is on time. Oh, I'm having a great day. The train doors closed in my face. Oh, this is terrible, man. You said it. That's out. You don't want to do that anymore. And so you don't want to look, and you're going to see you're going to want to look. There's times you're going to forget and look. And that test between understanding one thing is that when the train gets there, it gets there. It's running on its own accord, not your accord. If you look at the reality of what's going on, it's a kind of weird, wicked kind of way of battling against an illusion. Because we think that our timing for good luck is just happens to like collide just wonderfully. And so that when I get there, the train has a schedule, and it keeps that schedule. And then you get there when you get there. So if you happen to catch the train on time, which is going to happen, then you feel, which is freaking weird to think that way, man. Oh, it's my day. Look at that. And so that's the reward. I'm feeling good about that. I'm feeling like everything else is going to go great. That's such a big mistake, man. And so the reason why people are caught up with being impatient, and they even say it, anyone who says, "Hey, oh man, I'm just an impatient person," they're constantly rewarding and punishing. They want things to happen their way. And so because it doesn't happen their way, they punish. A lot of punishment is just by getting angry. And so now you don't want to do that anymore because you're tired. You should be like at the point where you just like, if you want this to work, you also have to be sick and tired of just constantly nagging and getting pissed off and regretting it and saying, "I'm so sorry, man. You know, I treated this situation unfairly. Will you forgive me?" If you're tired of that and you want to get rid of it, you want to practice eliminating, abandoning entirely the reward and punishment system. So you do not want to reward or punish anyone. The way I've been doing it for 8 years, I practice at a restaurant. I checked out my patients. I checked out all the things that happens naturally, and I realized that there's going to be some good experiences and some bad experiences, and that has absolutely nothing to do with me. And so within, like, let's say a year of dining experiences, we have our fair share. And so I was clear with that. I'm also clear that there's something else going on other than me just being pleased, is that the rice is going on the plate when it does, and the salmon gets grilled when it does, and when it gets on the plate, then they bring it to me. And so I'm not thinking about being pleased because I'm there, because I expect the food at a certain time. And so because I also practice not looking at the time while waiting for transportation, that idea of not looking at the time also sets me up really nicely now, so that when I sit at a restaurant, I'm not pressed for anything and I'm not looking at the time either. So then when I get served, it's usually unexpected. It just happens, like, oh, it's just part of me just sitting there now, and I do my other things and I'm like just carrying on. And so now we have two things going on. I'm practicing at a restaurant. I'm tipping the same. Whatever you tip, you just tip the same. Even if it's terrible, you just tip the same, because that's part of the practice, because you're not punishing. And then the second half is during transportation. You're not looking, you're not, oh my God, if the train doesn't come, and so you're not looking. So when it comes, it comes. Lastly, for me, I do not get involved in any type of reward system whatsoever. Therefore, I do not have like coffee shops with buy 10 coffees, get one free. I do not participate in any type of credit card reward systems, nor anything. No reward system whatsoever. Airfare, nothing. I don't have when you go shop, the card that you accumulate points. No. Because there's problems there. If you take a real look at what goes on, man, I lose my card and what happened to the thing? Or if I lose my coffee, I bought 9 coffees and I lost the card, and now I'm going crazy trying to look for it in the house, or for a cup of coffee. And so because I'm out of the reward system, my life is going so easily and so casually, and I'm so cool about everything, and I never get into any confrontation at restaurants. Now remember, this doesn't mean that I'm a doormat. When my food comes cold, I say nicely, hi, the food is cold. I never say, oh, the food is cold, like they messed up, which is the poor waitress. She's not the freaking cook. And so I do everything gracefully now, because the practice is also to make sure that I maintain my professionalism and my cool throughout every single thing that I do, because I am tired of apologizing. I'm tired of nagging. I'm tired of resentments. And now if you have resentments, the reason why you have resentments is because you carry the reward and punishment system. Now let's talk about resentments for a minute, because a resentment means that you're punishing somebody about something that happened in your head, and you're playing the tapes back, and you're either getting them back, which is punishing them, or you're playing back the tapes and you're winning over something, which means you're rewarding yourself in thought about a resentment that you have, to gain superiority over the situation or to punish them. So either way, the reason why people say I can't get rid of resentments is because the reward and punishment system is active within your life, and it'll never go away. You can do all the positive thinking you want. You can do all the affirmations that you want. You could act as if. You can play the game, like some people say, just be happy. You can do that, but it's fake, because you're acting. It's pretend. Acting as though I'm happy is an act. Oh yeah, everything's cool. But really, I'm still at odds, because I want things the way I want it, and I expect to be pleasured. And that's the reason why I get upset, and that's the reason why I end up punishing. And so without punishing and without reward, you want them both. You want to see how you reward and punish. Reward, or I'm constantly rewarding and punishing. You have to see that clearly for this to work. Once you see that clearly, you're going to see that you're not going to want it in your life anymore, because you're going to see the problem that it causes. You're not going to punish a girl. You're not going to punish your partner. You're not going to punish your kids. You're not going to reward them either. You're not going to say, if you're good. You're going to have a new system. You're going to develop this on your own, because everyone has to work out their own way. Like, I don't have kids, but I'm around kids. I never punish them. I never reward them. You may want to do some type of discipline that's a little bit different. If you don't go to restaurants, you can practice in your car when the red light shows up and you're impatient and trying to make it change. You're trying to make it's so freaking weird me saying this. You're trying to make the red light change faster than it would change. Then you can practice there by shutting off the idea of time. You want to like make time not exist. You want to erase that there's waiting a minute, waiting 2 minutes, waiting 3 minutes. That idea of waiting a certain amount of time. You have to eliminate that as well, because time controls you. Because the train came on time, I feel like a winner. It's my lucky day. Because the train doors closed in my face, I'm having bad luck. And so look, that's time. If it was on time, I would feel the other way. But since it closed in my face, now I'm feeling terrible about it. And I'm getting angry, like I should have left earlier, like I should have did this and I should have did that. Now, if you're one of those who does that, you want to embrace erasing entirely, punishing or rewarding anyone. Now, this here, I said 100%. Let me clarify that the reason why this technique will work 100% is because when it's applied and you get enough practice, like at least 3 months of practice, there's nothing to go on. You're at a restaurant, you're there to be delighted. You know that they're cooking up your food and it's taking time, and sometimes you're going to get it fast and sometimes not. You're going to be cool with the yin and yang of life. And you're not going to be dumb to go to any restaurant in a rush, because then you're going to be pressed. And then now that's real. You don't want to apply that real type of pressure because you're running to a restaurant and you only have 20 minutes to eat there, and then you're expecting everything to go your way. It's not going to happen that way. So you want to be smart. You do not put yourself in those predicaments whatsoever. So you want to go now prepared to go to a restaurant where you got time to kill. You have to have time, because it's going to take time for all these things to happen the way it happens. And so I promise you, here's the promise. If you do these exercises, you're going to be so cool with life. Life is just going to be working with you, because you're not at odds with anything. You're not rewarding or punishing, my meal didn't come and I got the wrong check and I got the wrong order. And these people, they overcooked the thing and the bread wasn't like this. No, none of that will exist. It won't exist, I'm telling you, man. And now, this won't work for a person who's like, oh no, I'm the customer. The customer is, it just won't work for you. If you feel like you have quality time and time is money and money, this won't work for you. You can't have that. You can't say I'm the customer is always right, and you can't do that if you want this to work. If you're the type that says time and money is time, it's only going to be a matter of time before you end up at a restaurant and you're like, they're getting served before you. You're going to be pissed off. But I'll tell you, man, you get rid of all that stuff and you sit there, another quality of energy enters, man. This quality now has to happen through practice. The rest of everything that I'm saying happens through practicing these techniques, because you're going to be resistant because you're used to rewarding or punishing. And so the practice is that now you're not going to do that. So you're going to have resistance at first. It's going to be a challenge to sit at a restaurant and kind of take their shit, so to speak, but you're not. You're not. And you're not a doormat. They're not stepping on you. This exercise will work in getting you to never be angry ever again in your life for those things. Not, like I said, someone steals your car, you're going to be pissed off, and that's fine. Someone steals your girl, she leaves you, that's different. And so if you found that what I've shared is like, wow, I never thought about it like this. I never thought about this damn reward and punishment system that I grew up with since a child, that we all do. The teachers punished me and the principal punished me, and I went to the corner when I got punished, and that mom punished me this way, and when I said this, I got punished, and then when I said the good things, I got rewarded. And with the relationships, it's reward and punishment constantly, and at work, you're getting rewarded or punished, you're getting all that stuff, you get it, you see it, and it wakes you up. And it puts you on that path to never punish nor reward for whatever reason. And it takes practice for you to start grasping the steps. You get better at the restaurants. You're going to see a certain flow happening. It's going to get better with transportation. Like now, I look at the time, and like today, it happened today. Right when I walked down, the train pulled out. Had I gotten there just 10 seconds earlier, I would have caught the train, and it affected me 0%. And I'm not even waiting. I'm standing there because I can't carry the definition of waiting the way we use it. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, because it's like this. So now I'm standing, and that's it. It ends there. The train comes, but I'm standing there. I'm not waiting, because the waiting will put the pressure. Oh, it's been 5 minutes. I don't want that pressure, because that pressure creates impatience. So the waiting is out. For an example, one time I went to meet a friend. She was 15, 20 minutes late. She said, sorry, I'm late. I told her, it's okay, I wasn't waiting. I'm just sitting here, which is a fact. That I was doing. I was sitting there. Period. Full stop. And she was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. Anyway, she took on these techniques, man. So anyway, man, this video comes to a close. If you have found that this video has helped you, let me know, and I'll upload a 50-minute long form with more details about how to look at things a little bit differently, more scales of it. So anyway, that's it for this video. Until the next one, to being free from anger forever, baby.